Massive update. Rodrygo tells Real Madrid he wants Premier League football. Tottenham lead the race. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham are preparing a sensational January move for Real Madrid's Brazilian sensation Rodrygo, with sources in England and Spain suggesting that Spurs are ready to go all in to bring the winger to North London. According to TEAMtalk insider Dane, Rodrygo has emerged as one of Tottenham's top transfer priorities as Thomas Frank pushes for elite-level reinforcements to maintain Spurs' blistering start to the season. The 24-year-old, who has grown increasingly unsettled at the Santiago Bernabéu, could become the centrepiece of Tottenham's next major rebuild. Behind the scenes, Fabio Paratici and the Tottenham board have already been briefed on the financial framework needed to make the deal happen. ENIC's renewed commitment to heavy investment has given Frank the green light to chase marquee names, and Rodrygo is at the very top of that list. Spurs believe that landing a global superstar in his prime would send a powerful message about their ambitions both in England and in Europe. Rodrygo's future at Real Madrid has become increasingly uncertain in recent weeks. Despite his undeniable talent and Champions League pedigree, sources close to the player suggest that he has grown frustrated by his inconsistent role under Xabi Alonso, who continues to rotate his attacking options heavily. With Vinicius Jr., Arda Güler and Brahim Diaz all competing for wide roles, Rodrygo's game time has been restricted, a situation that has not gone unnoticed by Premier League scouts. Tottenham are now seen as one of the few clubs capable of offering Rodrygo both the platform and the prominence he craves. Frank's vision of a fast attacking system fits the Brazilian's explosive pace and direct style perfectly, and insiders believe that Rodrygo would instantly become one of the Premier League's most dangerous forwards. Sources close to Spurs suggest that talks through intermediaries have already begun, with Tottenham exploring the possibility of an initial loan deal with a mandatory purchase clause in the summer, a strategy that would help them navigate financial fair play restrictions while still securing a world-class addition. Real Madrid, however, are expected to demand a figure north of £70 million, making this one of the most ambitious moves in Spurs' modern history. Dane hinted that Tottenham's hierarchy are ready to set the bar higher than ever before in the coming transfer windows, confirming that the club intends to compete for names once considered out of reach. Rodrygo's availability could therefore mark the perfect storm: a frustrated superstar, a willing seller, and a Premier League club desperate to make a statement. With January fast approaching, Tottenham's pursuit of Rodrygo could define their entire season. Frank has made it clear that he wants players who can deliver immediate impact, and few in world football fit that description better than the Brazilian forward. Inside sources say Spurs are preparing to move aggressively once the window opens, and if they can convince Rodrygo that North London is where his career can truly take off, Tottenham could be on the verge of one of the most spectacular signings in recent Premier League memory. Spurs are preparing to go all in once again this January, and this time the focus has turned sharply to Juventus wonderkid Kenan Yildiz, one of Europe's fastest rising stars. Sources close to TEAMtalk reveal that the 20-year-old Turkish international is firmly on Fabio Paratici's radar as Thomas Frank pushes for another statement attacking signing to elevate Spurs' front line ahead of a decisive second half of the season. Insiders in Italy describe Yildiz as untouchable for Juventus, but mounting contract uncertainty has changed everything. Talks over a new long-term deal in Turin have hit a standstill, and with the player's current contract entering its critical phase, Tottenham sense an opportunity. Frank's admiration for Yildiz has been clear for weeks, with the Dane said to be obsessed by the teenager's blend of flair, pressing intensity and positional versatility, all traits that perfectly suit his high-energy Tottenham blueprint. Sources confirm that Tottenham scouts have been tracking Yildiz closely for months, with Paratici using his strong network in Italy to gather detailed reports on the youngster's progress. Juventus, however, face growing pressure to secure funds amid their ongoing financial restructuring, and that could force their hand sooner than expected. If Yildiz refuses to sign a new deal before January, Juventus may reluctantly listen to offers around £50 million, a figure Spurs are reportedly prepared to discuss. Thomas Frank has already told the Tottenham board he needs another dynamic forward, someone capable of unlocking low blocks and adding unpredictability in the final third. Despite a bright start to the season, recent fixtures have exposed the team's lack of depth and invention, particularly when Mohamed Kudus and Xavi Simons are tightly marked. Yildiz, who has already impressed with his technical precision and fearlessness in Serie A and on the international stage, is viewed as the ideal injection of youthful firepower. According to Italian journalist Niccolò Ceccarini, Yildiz's situation is one to watch very carefully as January approaches. The Juventus hierarchy remain desperate to renew him, but the player's entourage has not ruled out a Premier League move, especially if guaranteed a central role, something Spurs are willing to offer. Behind the scenes, Tottenham's recruitment team are building what sources call a strategic shortlist of targets capable of reshaping their long-term attack. Yildiz ranks at the very top of that list. Fabio Paratici, who originally discovered the player during his Juventus tenure, is said to be driving the negotiations personally, a sign of how much belief Spurs have in the teenager's potential. Juventus fans fear losing another generational talent, but Tottenham's timing may prove decisive. With financial flexibility, a manager who trusts youth, and Champions League football as a lure, Spurs are in a strong position to test Juve's resolve. Those close to the discussions insist Tottenham will move quickly once the window opens, especially if Real Madrid shut the door on Rodrygo. In that scenario, Yildiz could become the next headline-grabbing target in Tottenham's aggressive rebuild, a move that would not only strengthen their attack, but also signal their intent to dominate the next decade. For now, one thing is clear: Tottenham's transfer revolution under Thomas Frank is only just beginning, and Kenan Yildiz could be the next superstar to walk through the doors at Hotspur Way. According to exclusive reports from TBR Football, Spurs are seriously considering a January swoop for Konstantinos Kouliarakis, the Greek international who has taken Germany by storm since his move to Wolfsburg last summer. Sources close to the deal describe Tottenham's interest as genuine and accelerating, with the club's scouting department having watched Kouliarakis multiple times this season. Thomas Frank has made it clear to the Tottenham hierarchy that another left-footed centre-back is a priority heading into the winter transfer window, and the 21-year-old's name has now surged to the top of their shortlist. Kouliarakis, who joined Wolfsburg from PAOK in 2024, has quickly become one of the Bundesliga's breakout stars. His calmness under pressure, ability to play out from the back, and positional awareness have impressed scouts across Europe. Crucially, Spurs see him as a natural rotation option and long-term partner for Mickey van de Ven, whose blistering pace and attacking surges have redefined Tottenham's defensive shape this season. A club insider told TBR Football that the Lily-Whites recruitment team have been tracking a small pool of young defenders capable of stepping in seamlessly when Van de Ven is unavailable, and Kouliarakis ticks every box. Not only is he left-footed, but his age profile aligns perfectly with Tottenham's long-term squad strategy under Frank and sporting director Johan Lange. However, Spurs aren't alone. Liverpool and several top European sides are also monitoring Kouliarakis closely, with some scouts describing him as one of the cleanest ball-playing defenders in Germany this season. That growing attention could quickly drive up his price tag. Journalist Graham Bailey has already warned that Wolfsburg will demand a significant fee, pointing out that left-footed defenders carry a natural premium, and Kouliarakis is currently standing out among his peers. Tottenham's analytics department has been running extensive data comparisons between Kouliarakis and other targets, with reports suggesting that the Greek ranks exceptionally high for interceptions, aerial duels, and progressive passing among defenders aged 21 or under in Europe's top 5 leagues. Wolfsburg, for their part, remain reluctant to sell midway through the season. Yet there's growing belief that a bid in the region of £40 million could tempt them to negotiate, especially if Spurs move decisively before Liverpool or continental rivals formalise their own offers. For Tottenham, the pursuit of Kouliarakis signals more than just depth building. It reflects Thomas Frank's evolving tactical vision, one that prioritises fluid defensive transitions and pace on both flanks of his back line. The Dane is said to be deeply impressed by how the Greek defender combines traditional defensive grit with a modern, progressive passing range. Sources close to Hotspur Way claim Spurs are fully prepared to back Frank in January, even if it means breaking their winter transfer spending record. If the move materialises, it would mark another audacious Bundesliga raid from Tottenham 2 years on from the signing of Mickey van de Ven, also from Wolfsburg. And for fans, the idea of pairing the Dutch powerhouse with the rising Greek prodigy already has supporters dreaming of a new defensive dynasty at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In short, Koulirakis may not be a household name yet, but within Tottenham's corridors there's a growing feeling he could be the next breakout signing to shape the club's future. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!